Shelley and TK, is making an appeal.
Yeah.
But we need to be strategic about it. We need to keep finding out what is the priority list and respond to it. But there is no donation too small.
Yeah.
It could be, in fact, tomorrow I will be receiving somebody who's donated a pig. And it says, I am donating a pig, take it. So she's doing business, piggery.
Yes.
And she says, I'm donating a pig, we'll convert it. That's 2,200 emalangeni. So there is no donation that cannot be accepted, and there's no donation too small to matter, and there's no big donation to solve which is going to be a panacea. So we need to take everything one step at a time. And I know that the nation is rising and is taking the bull by its horn. We shall defeat COVID. And we thank God for the recoveries that are happening. We thank God there have been minimal deaths. And we are praying that through the testing and the screening, Eswatini will be protected and this scourge will not spread.
Sure. Thank you very much.
I mean, we could close it right there.
Beautiful parting words.
It's okay, Daniel. Switch off all the machines.
No, thank you very much, Phil. We understand your time is precious.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us and for leaving us with those words. We'll springboard on them and continue our chat.
Yes.
We wish you an enjoyable rest of the day. And thank you for choosing us at the Connect, Phil, to tell your story and just to appeal to all of us out there and to say a big thank you.
Oh, before I forget, I mean, I would have failed in my duty if I don't mobilize.
Yeah.
It's not a collecting offering, it's mobilizing. I think, let me read out the account, because there could be somebody out there who says, you know what, I can make a donation.
Can we maybe, Phil, if you can give the details to our team, Pinky will
okay,
take them and we will flight them so everybody has them on social media.
No, thank you very much. Because we encourage direct transfer.
Yes.
Give us your proof of payment, you show your pledge form. We are keeping a proper report and everything is properly accounted for. And we shall eventually actually present this report to His Majesty. So it is really, really very, very important.
Excellent.
So every donor counts and we record your contribution. And
Thank
it goes
you
for
very
a
much.
worthy cause.
Thank you. So stand up, be counted. Thank you very much, Phil. As we said, we'll be sharing with you the account information, but also how you can get hold of NDMA and the team at NDMA, but also Phil and his team if you'd like to share, donate, be a part of, ask questions. Okay. Thank you very much, Phil. Safe journey. Okay.
All right. As this discussion is going on, we're loving the questions, comments, and queries that are coming in online. Zipo Zubugo says, I love the part where you are saying people should not wait for the government to make changes, but rather for each and every individual to take charge and do their part in fighting this pandemic. We need to move from having expectations, but to be the expectation of our government. Thank you for the platform. Zipo, that is potent. That is true, because like we said, we need all hands on deck right now. Everybody needs to play their part. It's not a one person or one organization situation. This requires each and every single one of us.
And the way we can also get involved, to Julie's point, is there a way that government can hear from private sector what ideas they may have to ensure the economy is sustained? There may be some great insights from the nation that government may not be seeing. Leave themselves open to what they may not be seeing. So I think a very important case is ultimately, yes, there's the donation, there's a way to contribute, but also if people just have ideas that they can submit on how to respond, or where else to mobilize resources, how to channel those resources, is there a way that individuals can get hold of, for example, your team at NDMA can speak to the National Resource Mobilization Committee?
Okay, thank you very much, Shelley. Once again, maybe may I begin by building on the parting shot that we were given by Dr. Phil. Really, we just wish to want to highlight really to the nation and Eswatini in the diaspora, as well as the resilience community, because you may find that they are not Eswatini, but they can be willing to contribute to the implementation of the interventions. We want to raise the appeal that people shouldn't be diverted, or their focus and attention shouldn't be diverted by the cessation of the lockdown, the cessation of the state of emergency, and other, measures government that can decide to put aside during this emergency response, because we needed to arrive at a phase where we recover all systems.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to recover all our social as well as economic systems. Like we've been highlighting in our conversation prior, that really COVID-19 has created a state of a new normal, and there is a requirement for us to exert that shift towards delivering certain services through, innovative ways and means. So basically, we will need to do a lot. That is why we are saying the appeal that is being raised for everyone to make a contribution towards the COVID fight should have an appreciation that really we will not only respond, but we need to recover from the impacts of the COVID-19. And maybe, may I highlight that the government is leading even the recovery efforts for the country. Government already has established several committees in respective sectors of the economy to establish some strategies to recover the economy, as well as to ensure that we sustain the economy even during the advent of COVID. So basically, there's something that has been done, and the composition of those properly constituted committees is that they integrate both the private sector as well as the public sector. So basically, it's the right mix as far as we are concerned, and we believe that the private sector or the business people will be given an opportunity just to make a voice towards how we can recover the economy. But that is not all per se, because as NDMA we are available. Like we have established that really our departments are positioned in the right place to ensure that they engage, those who may be having some views that can be constructive enough to take us out of the impacts of the pandemic. So basically, we are on standby up until we have dealt with this pandemic completely. Yes.
So, and definitely a long-term thing, and I think we're well aware of that, ladies and gents. It's not a band-aid approach here. We understand that this is a 5-year, it's a long-term approach, and ultimately I think the goal is to come out of it having learned lessons, but also how can we be sustainable, self-sustainable, because we know that this may not be the first or the last time we face something like this.
Oh, that's
so
true.
What can we learn that will enable us to be sustainable long-term?
Yes.
Sihle, if I could just ask you, and this is obviously, it's a bit of a sensitive one, but I need to ask because I think a lot of people want to know, is often when, there's a lot of money being donated, there's a lot of activity happening on the ground. What are the level of transparency that both public, private sector, people listening in, what is it that you're offering so that people will be able to track where exactly this money is going, how it's being used? So, what is the visibility on some of these activities, and how is both NDMA and the Resource Mobilization Committee going to be communicating so that everybody can see exactly what is happening and how it's happening?
Okay. No, thank you very much, Shelley. I think it's the right information, right question that we need to address. Because basically, maybe the public is of the view that we are receiving money. Yeah, it's not all money that we are receiving. But the National Resource Mobilization Committee has managed to mobilize support where business people have been supporting communities. And we took that equivalent value of that support and expressed it into monetary terms, then added it on the resources that we have mobilized. So the picture that we are sending out to the public is that this is how much that has been mobilized and is dedicated to the fight against COVID-19. But it does not mean that NDMA receives hard cash. So basically, that is the point that I wish to highlight. But what I want to mention is that the transparency level really is being guided by the national policies for finance regulation as well as procurement policies. Because when we do the procurement, we do not do the procurement as NDMA. We are not specialists in most of these pharmaceuticals and non-pharmaceuticals materials. But we are having the Ministry of Health procurement officers sitting with our supply chain management office. Then they are the ones who are giving us these lists and they prioritize them Only what NDMA facilitates is that the orders are being placed with the companies that have been, awarded the tenders, and then that payments are done on time.
All right.
With respect to the other sectors, that is how we also envisage that we are going to be doing the procurement processes. And again, we do provide updates weekly to Cabinet on how much has been received so far and how much has been dispersed and how much has been received in the form of what we call in-kind support that the business people have distributed maybe to communities, but we have to account for it because it is a construct to what we are doing. So basically, maybe if you can allow me, I can highlight the current needs that we are having. The Ministry of Health really is geared towards ensuring that the testing capacity of the country is being upgraded, as well as the testing itself for COVID-19. So there is a requirement or an urgent need for rapid testing kits, as well as an urgent need for surgical beds, because we want to increase the bed capacity so that when we experience a surge of cases, we can be in a position to isolate people and then treat them. Then again, there is an urgent need for disposable coveralls that are being used, for surgical reasons, as well as for fumigation. There is an urgent need for additional ambulances that can be deployed to the respective health facilities in the country. There is also an urgent need to support programs that are currently being implemented by the Ministry of Health that are addressing certain segments of the society, such as people living with diabetes, hypertension, and HIV/AIDS. So we need to highlight that those programs, they need to be strengthened. Yes, because COVID-19, the evolution biology and the adaptation biology that has been proven so far is that it tends to affect that category of the population the most. And there is an urgent need also to assist the people who have lost livelihoods and income, as well as businesses. I just want to highlight, because we will be failing if we do not enable businesses to come in full force, even after the decommissioning of the partial lockdown. So basically, there are a whole host of interventions that we are making a plea out there that please, can you provide that support and even mobilize on our behalf, because some people, they can serve, as our agents, to the other communities outside of the Eswatini borders.
Sure. That's fantastic. Thank you, ladies and gents. You heard it. That is how you can get involved. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us, reach out to NDMA. We will obviously share those details of how the public out there can get involved and play your part if you are interested in being part of what's happening in our nation, and if you have a specific area of strength and interest. I think that's great. It allows great opportunity to lean in on this response. Thank you very much. And I think what will be great is also just being able to get updates, Sihle. So I think, and I know in the paper, NDMA has been in probably almost every day this week, highlighting different aspects of what it is that you're doing. Please continue to do that. I think it's important to share with our public, and we will obviously keep flighting any updates we have of what's happening, what exactly is going on in the space of the response, the COVID response here in Eswatini. And obviously it gives you an opportunity also to share via your communities, through government, into NDMA, and obviously contacting Phil through the National Resource Mobilization Committee. Yes. Thank you very much, Sihle, for your time. Please don't leave us. Carry on. We've got a few more minutes on the show, so I hope you'll stay with us. You were speaking about business and how important it is to reach out to business. We have obviously a business voice and many business voices that are happening, and one of the things we do is we have mentions of people that have contributed also just into our space, but it gives us an opportunity to share those stories with our followers. And then we're going to link on a feature with Farm to Table. So you also mentioned food security, which is an important thing, and how we need to look also sustainably. So going back even to possibly growing our own food, right? And that sort of thing. And so we have a lovely story that talks around just the support of agriculture. That will be Farm to Table in a few moments. And then obviously we have the beautiful breakfast that is always sponsored with, there are beautiful, very generous people out there that sponsor us some eats. Okay, but first of all, shall we go to our first mention?
Yes,
Huh?
please.
The beauty on the wall.
I think you're better positioned right now.
Okay.
My view has been blocked.
Yes. So if you haven't noticed, I will just point out that behind us, we have these beautiful works of art. And so to tell you a little bit about it, this was not done by accident, ladies and gents. This is a very deliberate thing that's happening in our background. So this is Art Frenzy that's on display with us here today. So the idea came in 2018 with the aid of ETC Design Studio. So Art Frenzy made his first samples to sell at an event at Liska in Eswatini in 2018 from a stall that he had booked, and people loved the idea. But from the 20 samples he had made, he only sold 5 and really thought the business was a failure and that he should drop it. But a week later, people who had inquired at the event started calling in and sending pictures they wanted as portraits. And from there, the business, as they say, blew up. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. And he created an IG Instagram page to gain his audience or followers' trust. He documents each delivery by uploading a delivery picture with satisfied customers holding their portraits. So in short, the order to delivery flow works this way. Clients contact him either through social or phone calls. He gives them his email address. They send a high-resolution picture they want done, and in a week or less, he makes sure to deliver the portrait at your doorstep. Okay, so that's wonderful. So that's Art Frenzy, ladies and gentlemen. If you have artwork and you'd like to, even now being at home, I've also noticed that there's certain things I can do to sort of refresh, unpack, declutter. This is a way to support local business. That's Art Frenzy. If you're into art, if you like having beautiful things on the wall and you have something that's close to your heart that you'd like him to produce for you, please contact Art Frenzy, and of course we're going to have those details up on our social media platforms. Okay, I think I'm taking that one over there. Huh? I booked that one. Just saying.
Okay.
In case I saw you eyeing it.
No, we might have to bid for it.
Okay.
I'll arm wrestle
Yeah,
you
bid
for
or
it.
buy. Okay.
Sanitized arm wrestling. All right, and of course our feature for today, and we already have him on standby, is Farm to Table. Who we have Sydney, and their mission is to create market access for small-scale local farmers and vendors in Eswatini. But I will not take the glory and the shine from her. I'll let her double-click and let us know exactly what Farm to Table is doing, especially right now in this period of COVID-19, and how we as a nation can actually plug in to what they are doing currently. Sydney, hello.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Very well, and how do you do, ma'am?
Hi. Good, thanks. Yeah, so my name's Sydney. I own a business called Farm to Table. It was founded in November 2017. And as you said, our mission is to create market access for local farmers and vendors in Eswatini. So we do that by making their produce, food, goods, or other items as accessible to the public as possible. So basically our customers are able to log on to our weekly order forms that we release, and they can fill out what they would like for that week, and we deliver it straight to their homes. So we basically act as a mediator between the small scale business and the customer. So we're trying to make it as easy for customers to gain access to these. We have such a wide variety of local goods available in Swaziland. It's just difficult to access them. So we want to make it as easy as possible. Especially now, I think it's important to be spending money locally. Where you spend your money matters. And so in allowing our customers to be able to gain access to these local goods, we're improving the economy and just assisting other small businesses like ours in growing. Yeah, so that's basically our mission. Our customers, as I said, they can place their orders through our weekly order forms, and to find these order forms, we release them on our WhatsApp group and our email listserv every week. You can also follow us on our Facebook or our Instagram. We post often there. Yeah, so basically that's about it. we do deliveries through the Imbaban Manzini corridor. So we go to Imbaban, Eswatini, Malkuns, Matsapa, Manzini, Nkonyeni, Tabungu. We've recently started Mhlabanyatsi. So we're trying to increase our scale and make our products more accessible to more of the public. Yeah, and you can contact me at any time through our Instagram or Facebook if you'd like to find out more about Farm to Table, who our vendors are. We currently, this week, for example, we have 27 farmers and vendors included in our order forms. So in supporting Farm to Table and purchasing our products, you're supporting 27 vendors just this week. But we have a lot more that come in on a rotational basis. Yeah, so even if you are a supplier and you'd like to use Farm to Table as an access to market, we'd also definitely be interested in talking to you and trying to get stuff through to customers.
That's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you very much, Sydney. We appreciate that. We appreciate the work that you're doing, especially in just making sure that there's food on our tables straight from the farm right about this time of COVID-19. But if you can, just please maybe leave your contacts on the comment section, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, and even maybe your WhatsApp if you know, if that's okay with you, so that people know exactly how to get in touch with you, because we would love to make the circle bigger and keep this beautiful work that you guys are doing going.
Great.
All right.
Thanks, Sydney.
Any questions from you guys for Sydney?
I know at one point, Sydney, you were looking for boxes to help with with kind of the delivery. Are you still appealing to Eswatini for those boxes?
Yeah, so we usually do our deliveries in wooden boxes, but just because we're trying to reduce contact and trying to limit the rotation of boxes, we're actually using cardboard boxes for the meantime. So these cardboard boxes, we disinfect them under UVC light before they go out to the customers. So we are needing more cardboard boxes to hold the produce and the goods. So if anybody has extra cardboard boxes that they would like to donate, then you can just contact me on my Facebook, Instagram, and I'll also send out my WhatsApp number as well. Yeah.
Okay, super. Thanks so much, Sydney. Enjoy your day and happy deliveries this week. And I hope many more people contact you just to support your wonderful project.
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Maybe I can make an intervention to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye, Sydney.
Yeah, actually, she's supporting agricultural value chains.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a contribution towards reducing the risk of disasters.
That's brilliant.
So basically, to us, you know, it's a positive. It's a positive intervention.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Absolutely. So just being able to record that also would be great,
Yes.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Great stuff. Our food partner for today, the Waffle Palace.
So I don't know if you can see that as well in the background. But we get spoiled, but not only that, but we like to also mention what people are doing on the ground and how you can support other business in Eswatini. So the Waffle Palace has been our very generous breakfast sponsor today. It was founded in 2017 in Pretoria. It first started as a home-based business with door-to-door delivery. However, after customers' reaction to the product, they decided to set up their own store in Eswatini. And the Waffle Palace specializes in confection of homemade style, delectable, sweet and savory waffles. The Waffle Palace is grounded in values of love, integrity, quality, good customer service, innovation, fun, diversity, empowerment services. They're selling sweet and savory waffles with a list of toppings to choose from. There are also milkshakes, fat shakes. Oh, I just should have asked what that was. Not slim shakes, fat shakes. Hot drinks and cold drinks. They also do desserts, catering services, specifically waffles, of course, for private functions, or even at this time for takeaways. They are based in Manzini. We will obviously put the contact details up. We understand that a lot of restaurant businesses and catering business are providing food for takeaway because obviously we cannot sit yet unless you're going to install these beautiful things. Okay, so please remember, phone your local restaurant where you used to pick up a meal. Call them, they will probably be able to cook you a meal. You're able to go and pick up and enjoy your food at home, and by so doing are continuing to keep these businesses alive. Ladies and gents, that's the way you and I can both impact on that. So if you're looking to treat yourself or someone else in your community for a special day just to say thank you, these are some of the ways. My personal shout out is also, please don't forget La Bomage at Mahlanya in your local communities that are also selling in the vegetable stores, etc. Please let's spread our buying power if we're out there still, you know, buying all these food products. Let's spread it out a little bit and see how we can really make a small impact, small difference in the lives of other people.
They should be providing the slim shakes as well.
You're up for a slim shake, and we should have some of those shakes. Okay, so very sadly, that brings us to the end of our session today.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning. Thanks, Julie says, great discussion today. Thank you to everyone, courtesy Shelley, guest sponsors, a great way to start the day on a Tuesday. Absolutely. Right about now, we need to be sharing as much information as we possibly can, sharing context, sharing resources, and playing our part in ensuring that we fight this battle. Obviously, there's been a lot of disruption in the way, you know, in life as we know it, but we can definitely make the most of it by either trying to get back to the old normal or creating a new normal that will push us forward as a people. So thank you very much for tuning in this morning. Shout out once again to the team in the background, handling, making sure that things are coming at you live and direct. We apologize, there was a slight interruption somewhere in our live stream. We did have an electricity power cut just for a couple of minutes, but our team brought us back with more power. And thank you once again to Mr. Sihle Mzileni.
Thank you very much.
The work that you're doing. We cannot overemphasize just how important it is. Somebody actually highlighted the fact that we are right now sailing in enchanted waters. We all don't know, but you guys are leading us and guiding us. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much. God bless you and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, very welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, Sihle. Thank you to our wonderful team. You don't see them, and I think we just one day need to just take the camera and show you what's going on in the background. Thank you always for being our dream team today. And I think in my parting word, I'd just like to say, yes, let's be very careful about what we focus on. Okay, there's a beautiful billboard that I saw. It says Uyapi, and we have our Honorable Deputy Prime Minister on the billboard, and I believe we focused on why it is wrong, and maybe what we should do is just change our lens and see what we can do to make things right. Okay, every step in the right direction is a step, and that's what we need to be doing. So instead of sending out negative comments, let's give constructive feedback. Let's do this together, but let's always look up and forward and not try to find, you know, always the error in the picture. There's a lot going on, and we need to just be uplifting and strategic and effective in what we do. So that would be my parting message.
And maybe just to piggyback on what Shelley is saying, it's so much easier to take constructive criticism from somebody who, when you do right, also gives you a pat on the back. Not somebody who's just always looking and waiting for you to do wrong, and then they shout that from the mountaintop.
Right.
So absolutely, I'm with you on that one. Shelley?
Always a pleasure.
Always, always, even though we've got like this glass barrier in between us.
It's okay. We're safe. Okay. Please keep looking in, share again these links with your friends, family, and people who would be interested. We want to keep talking to you, and of course, we'll be sharing all the contact information with you. I hope you get inundated with calls and questions, Sihle, after this, Phil as well. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in for today.
Absolutely. And Shelley, just for those who are interested and are willing, the National Resource Mobilization Committee, they have a mobile money number, you can reach them at 78721-664 and Imali at 700-700. Donations are welcome. Uncle Phil did say every rand, every 10 bucks, every 100 bucks, every 1,000, every million is needed right now, because there's so much that needs to be done on the ground for people individually and for businesses, and of course just for us to resuscitate or rather kickstart our economy. So thank you very much for tuning in this Tuesday morning. It's been a pleasure from me, the courtesy of Hip Hop, Shelly, and our guest, Dr. Phil Nsihle Mzileni, to the team doing wonderful things behind the scenes, to everybody all the way from Botswana. We see you, Kenya, Manzini, Mbabane, wherever it is that you tuned in from. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you.
Hello Eswatini, hello world. My name is Tamsanga Sibanze, aka the courtesy of hip hop.
Hello everybody, Sanbonani. I'm Shelly.
For those of you who already know us through The Connect, and for those who are tuning in for the first time, welcome.
Now, The Connect was really about taking a chance. We had already hosted a number of in-house events where we brought people together to learn skills and share ideas. We found this hugely valuable.
We always knew we wanted to continue to connect to our followers and listeners, but also to meet new people. And with everything being shut down, we thought this would be a great new way to connect.
Connecting to us is not just about being able to interface. It's a whole lot more. It's about allowing us to self-discover by sharing interesting information from the cognitive and behavioral science space.
Equipping ourselves with practical tools and approaches.
About growing awareness, informing each other, sharing our diverse stories and experiences.
Showcasing what it is that our nations have to offer, what individuals and organizations are doing on the ground, your unique impact.
Now, the situation we are in has in many ways leveled the playing field, given us a chance to stop, think, and do something.
To turn inwards as the outside has been closed off. An opportunity presents itself where we have a captive audience, giving us a chance to tell a story, our story.
Best practice is an important outlook to have today, but often we think that best practice means copy and paste, without considering context, culture, resources, flavor, color, and texture of our unique environment. We want to be able to look into our continent and share with the world what is happening here at home. Provide solutions, share thinking and outlook from here to the world.
You are invited. We call on you to support us so that we can continue connecting on our platforms. Share with us what's going on in your place in the world, the continent, and further afield. We want to exchange ideas, learn from each other, and implement to build solutions that serve us, that are by us, for us.
And it's really very simple. All you need to do is connect with us, the Pacific Institute Swaziland. We are on YouTube and Facebook. And don't forget, we are live every Tuesday.
Peace, love, and happiness, and connect.